The Calgary market is on fire. Calgary real estate sets another sales record as tight conditions persist. Let's today talk about what's happening in Calgary and how you who are watching can focus on building an investment portfolio outside of, say, Toronto or Vancouver. I'm not saying not to invest here. All I'm saying to you is that there are other pastures. The prices went up 10% in the last 1 year. The only place in all of Canada the prices have been rising. Multiple offers, multiple bids. 41,000 people moved to Alberta last year. There's a new premier, there are new conditions. So here's the gist. And you know what? If you text me at 647-273-1119, I can give you all the news on Calgary. And here's the thing. In Calgary, the prices are half of Toronto. And the rents are similar because income is higher and taxes lower. So the price is half and the amount of deposit required is only 10%. That's it. So for the price of one property in Toronto, you can buy 4 in Calgary. How's that for a start? And the next thing is the property is cash flow positive. Cash flow positive. What does that mean? It means the builder is giving, not only is the builder giving a rental guarantee, but if you look at their monthly output, because prices are lower, and that too in 2027, 28 with lower interest rates at that time, and a 2-year rental guarantee, your expense and your income, you'll have a positive cash flow. So here's some things you may not know. Did you know that there is no land transfer tax? I mean, when you buy a property in Calgary, there's nothing to pay the government, because normally in Toronto or in Vancouver, you pay land transfer tax. None. No land development fee. In other parts of the country, including Toronto, you pay for the land to be developed, the trees to be developed, all those things that do. And there's a good reason. The Toronto market is different. I sell here. I've lived my life selling in Toronto. I'm just giving you all the option, because you can see the pictures. Toronto versus Calgary. No land transfer tax. A land transfer tax in Toronto, no land transfer tax in Calgary. Land development fee in Toronto, no land development fee. In Calgary, in Alberta. HST, rebates. There is no HST on the real estate. None. It's all, and the GST is included, nothing for you to pay. The closing cost, $3,000-$4,000. That's it. Toronto, Vancouver, it may cost you $50,000 to close. Over here, $3,000. Here's another part. There is no rent control. No rent control. It's whatever the market dictates. That is very landlord user friendly. What does that mean for you? That means you have a 1-year lease. At the end of the lease is done, it doesn't automatically renew like in Ontario. If you want, you can part ways happily, or you can renew the lease. That's fair to the tenant and it's fair to the landlord. It goes both ways. The landlord, you will like that. So there is Edmonton, where I do sell as well, but in Calgary, you can get a condo starting at $370,000. So what that means, you will see later on the screen, that means you only need 10%. So for $37,000 over a year, you're in. You're in, that's your condo, and when you close, you will need 20%. However, when you close, everything you put in the condo, the 20%, that's it. There's nothing else required on as far as it's only $3,000 for closing. That's nothing. So I'm here to launch a new phase of Jay and Molly Banerjei's real estate business and opportunities to you, the Calgary, Alberta market. I have condos in the high 300s. I have townhouses in the 400s. I have semis called a duplex, which is like a two, like, it's a semi. So there's one unit upstairs, and you can get an accessory unit downstairs for extra income. All of these properties are very inexpensive. You only need 10% deposit. Closing costs are $3,000, and the builder gives you $2,400 rental guarantee for 2 years, and that too starting in 2027. There are two things. Immigration is at an all-time high. In Alberta, immigration will also hit. So will Toronto. So I'm not belittling any way the Toronto market. The Toronto market is huge. This is a tier 1 city. Now, high-tech companies headquarters are in Calgary. Keep that in mind. Executives average income $137,000 in Ontario, $85,000. Taxes lower in Alberta, so people have more disposable income. Isn't that great? So you as a landlord, you buy 1, 2, or 3 properties, you let them be there for 15, 20 years, and guess what? It pays itself. Here's the news article I want to share with you. Ready? Follow me. Calgary real estate sets another sales record as tight conditions persist. The Calgary real estate market sets another record for sales in June, and benchmark prices ticked up for the 6th consecutive month as persistently low inventory levels kept conditions tight by historical standards. The total number of units sold in June was 3,146, slightly surpassing the previous month's figure of 3,121. The Calgary Real Estate Board, known as CREB, C-R-E-B, reported on July 4th. The rise in sales was primarily driven by apartment condos, which jumped to 857 units, a 48% increase compared to the previous year. While new listings rose compared to the previous month, they remained 36% below last year. In other words, increasing prices because of low inventory. The lowest point for June in almost 2 decades, in 20 years, is the lowest inventory ever in Alberta. Although average prices experienced a slight decline, both median and benchmark prices grew slightly, rising by 0.59% and 1.38% respectively. The demand for housing remains robust. This is the news from Calgary, just so you know. Bolstered by a healthy labor market and increased migration levels. So the labor market is good and migration is very good into Alberta, which helps offset the impact of higher lending rates. Correct. The Calgary Real Estate Board's chief economist Anne-Marie Louis said in the report, although we have seen some recent improvements in new listings, particularly for apartment condos, is not enough to cause any substantial change from the low inventory situation in our city. While new home starts are on the rise, it will take time to observe their impact on supply. So there you have it, folks. No matter how you look at it, if you're an investor and you got $37,000 saved, you call me at 647-273-1119, or I can help you get the money out of your home. It's that simple. And if you're looking to buy in Toronto, I'm your man, because I can definitely help you. Call me. All you need is to have as little as 37,000. That's just 10% of the starting price. If you text me at the number on the screen, 647-273-1119, and keep watching because there's much more to come. There's pictures, everything, maybe videos, charts. But if you text me at 647-273-1119, I just need your name. First name is fine, and a cell number, and I will send you either WhatsApp or I can text you the Dropbox or Google Drive Calgary market inventory. This is Jay Banerjei. Molly says hello as well. This is Jay Banerjei from Remax, your host and realtor from Remax Realtron, signing off. Don't go anywhere, but make sure you text me. That number is right there.